Okay, so here we go. Welcome. Welcome to this workshop to create a crazy prosperous 2026. Thank you so much. Can you please type in the chat for me if the people who are watching this on replay or just think about it, where are you from and what is your best outcome for this workshop? What do you want to walk away with? Oh. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some way to stop the screen share so I can see what you typed. And okay, I'm just going to go on. I'll look at the answers later if you don't mind. So thank you for your introductions and a little bit about me. I'm the founder of Soul Purpose Publishing and Coaching. I'm a 7-time international best-selling author. I'm a publisher of 4 international best-selling books and 3 solo best-selling books, launching over 100 authors. I've been involved in coaching since 2002. My background is NLP, neurosemantics. I'm also a NLP neurosemantics trainer. I'm a quantum leap transformation coach, a quantum human design transformation coach, and working with gene keys. So my passion is energetic alignment. So, prosperity. Why is this an important topic? It's because most entrepreneurs want more prosperity, but working harder is not an option because most people are already exhausted and working harder does not work. We all know that, right? So we're going to look at better ways to create more prosperity with ease. And so today what we are covering is to discover why you don't get the results you know you should, the principles that accelerate prosperity, and then powerful strategies to support prosperity principles and create the prosperity that you desire in your business and life, and some next steps. So I think before we start is, what really is prosperity? Most people think it's just money, but it's much more than that. It is really a feeling of well-being, of expansion and possibility. It's also a very high frequency, and it's aligned with source energy and money and fulfillment and gratitude. And it's very importantly to trust in God in you, within you, the universe and the quantum field. And I think this is actually really the key to create prosperity, and that is, or to enjoy it, and that is to have no resistance to what is. And a way to explain where we are in terms of generating prosperity is the 4 levels of consciousness. Gives us a lot of insights. So the to me consciousness is all about actually everything happens to me. People in this level of consciousness, at this level of consciousness, have little ambition or maybe no ambition to create something better. They feel a sense of powerlessness, and this is really a victim stage. The by me or the from me consciousness is to use the power of the mind to make things happen. but often forcing the manifestation without waiting for divine timing. So this is where we work harder and push more and hustle to create what we want. It's very tough on the body and health and well-being. And there's also a cap. At some point that you can't really break through. And then there's the through me consciousness. And that is when we are in tune with our intuition, when we have the patience to flow with life. It's a state of allowing. And it's here where the ego stops trying to survive and recognize who we are, and then realize it has the power to transform reality. The as me consciousness is the highest level. Very few people are here and really is feeling one with everything. It's effortless, the as me consciousness. So most entrepreneurs are in the by me consciousness. And what that means is we resist what is. We resist the present reality. And of course, that is derailing your prosperity. So here we are conditioned to work harder and to hustle to succeed. And there are collective shadow patterns in our DNA that enforce this paradigm and prevent your next level of prosperity, especially if, it's in the ego mind, as you will see just now. Here we have attachment to results. There's a fear of loss and lack of trust. And, the ego paints the worst case scenarios. There's also impatience and forcing. This is a reaction to the fear of results not happening. And it's doing, very busy and not present. The external validation and approval is when you tie your worthiness, your sense of worthiness to the result and what others will think about you. And all of these patterns mean that you are identified with the ego mind and that you are in survival mode. And of course, here prosperity is limited because we have emotions of fear and lack and anxiety and doubt, and also a sense of powerlessness. And as I said, prosperity is limited. So what we want and we're going to look at now is how do we transcend this? Because identifying with the ego mind is really our downfall in terms of creating prosperity. Because when you experience a lack of clients and money, you are giving your power away to the ego mind, the lower self, perpetuating a surviving attitude that creates the circumstances of lack, that dishes up false assumptions, triggering fear, that results in attachment to result and the fear to let go of control and to surrender to love and trust in God. So it also projects these false assumptions and emotions into your future to create the same. A cycle of lack. And all of the above describe resistance of the present moment. And here, of course, we know the emotions of fear and lack and doubt. So what is the antidote, or what is one of the antidotes? Self-love is the master key to prosperity, to health and well-being, to inner freedom and inner peace. And self-love is when you accept yourself, your life, your circumstances. You don't fight your reality. You don't fight yourself. You appreciate who you are, your accomplishments, your skills and your talents. And you're really in awe of who you really are. Now, what we want to do when we want to create more prosperity is we want to move from the by me consciousness to the through me consciousness. And here are the principles that accelerate prosperity. So, beyond the shadow patterns in your DNA are the gifts. And these are at a higher frequency than the shadows. And they get activated when we practice accepting what is, when we don't have resistance, when we don't have reaction to life, to every moment by moment and things that come at us, then we are at peace. And then our vibration is higher. The same with gratitude, practicing gratitude and patience, and achieve that divine relaxation. It's like an inner relaxation that you feel your whole body is relaxed because you don't resist anything. It's also the state of allowing, the state of trust and faith and freedom and inner peace. So, love who you really are. So who are you really? Because we talked about self-love. And what really makes it easy to love ourselves is when we know who we really are. And you have an energetic blueprint. If you don't know human design, I'm going to give you a crash course here. So you are a powerful being and you have this energetic blueprint. And it shows that you have incarnated with precision. Human design, gene keys, numerology, all say the same thing. Your personality and life circumstances is what your soul chooses to equip you to fulfill your soul's evolution in this life. You are here to break generational patterns, those shadows. You are here to transcend the shadow patterns in your DNA to experience the gifts that are hidden in your DNA and available to you. And remember, when we talk about the DNA, every cell in your body is tuning in to the field around you. It's not just your head or your thoughts. Every thought creates an energetic storm. You radiate that you radiate that vibration into the field around you, and you attract then experiences that match that frequency. So prosperity is a higher frequency, and it's in alignment with your gifts. And your human design and gene keys actually show the path to align with your gifts. So what this comes down to is that your story is your genius. The things that you have been grappling with, your struggles, maybe you got sick and then you got better. That transformation is actually in your human design and gene keys. It shows you the patterns of the shadows that you have transcended, and your transformation is that you are now living your gifts. And when I do a human design and gene keys reveal, I look at the human design incarnation cross, which is the top gates, or the little numbers that you see on both sides right at the top two, and it's the same numbers, the same as in gene keys. And in gene keys, it's called your genius. And this is the work of your soul that you are here to do. So you are here to rewrite these stories, and the ones that you have rewritten is actually also the same stories that you are telling your clients. Isn't that amazing? The stories that you are writing about, that you are using in your coaching and your healing, is what you have transcended. So I just want to quickly check. Okay. I just want to check with you. Let me just quickly see what Vikita has said here as well. Okay. We can still do that, Birgitta. Okay, let me see that. Okay, good. So you're talking about this slide or the one before, the gene keys, that one? Just want this thing to go up so I can start play. Well, I'll talk about both slides. So, yes. So this is your story. This is what you have overcome in your life. Okay, I'll talk about both slides. I think it's that one that you mean. So this is your incarnation cross, exactly the same, but it's also your genius. And it's amazing how we are guided to do exactly what we need to do in this life. And sometimes, and that's the big thing that I talk about, the self-love, is when we can really accept and realize how amazing actually we are, how powerful we are, how we have been created with precision, how we actually knew before we came here that we are equipped to do this, that we agreed to do all of this. The disruptions in our lives, the things that happen, is all by design. It's all by design. Yes, we have free will to go in a path and in a direction, but we are guided. We are just gently guided sometimes to get onto the right direction again, and if we don't, something will happen to disrupt it completely. So, yes, this is not by accident. This is by design. So, just so to tell you that so far we have covered the struggles that you have are embedded in your human design and gene keys. The stories of your shadow patterns are also the stories of your genius gifts. Your own transformation is how you rewrote the stories of the shadows to experience your gifts. And it's through our suffering that we discover our gifts. And this is how you help your clients. You use your stories of transformation to help your clients with their transformation. So now that we looked at what we have covered, let's look now at the strategies to create prosperity. So, as I said before, self-love alignment. Soul alignment is actually loving your lower self, your ego, into alignment with your soul, because the ego in the end corrupts the soul. And the soul cannot channel enough light through to you. So we are here when we break these patterns, when we are overcoming the shadows, when we are really on a spiritual path, we are actually experiencing or on the path of moving to a higher consciousness. So self-love alignment allows you to let go of attachment and trying to control the universe. It allows you to trust that you are guided and taken care of, that you have a gratitude attitude, stop identifying with the ego mind, really accept the present without resistance, and embrace who you are. And that means you are practicing alignment with your soul. When you don't fight yourself and you fight the universe anymore, it raises your vibration to match the frequency of your vision. So that is the self-love alignment strategy. The next one is to leverage that story of yours, the ones that you are telling your clients already, to leverage that and become a best-selling author. And that allows you to get instant authority in your niche, to create a program or a course that is based on your story, that you leverage your status as a best-selling author to skyrocket your visibility, to speak on podcasts, tell your story on summits and stages, broadcasting your message, and through that get more clients, create more impact, and generate more prosperity. This for me is an amazing strategy to give your message a lift in the world so that you are seen as an expert. The next strategy is to create a vision for your business. And you know, Eisenhower said, you don't have to plan. When you plan something, the plan means nothing. Planning means everything. So create a vision for your business to include how becoming a best-selling author and your story impact your business and how you want it to impact. Plan for the visibility as a best-selling author, the programs or offerings that you have. Plan for that during the year. When do you want to do what? Plan for the year how and when you want to launch your programs. And what else, what other projects you want to start. So that brings me to the offer. So I have an offer for you to become a best-selling author. And I have 2 books that we are enrolling for. I'm first going to talk about Divine Rebirth. It's 2,500 to 4,000 words. The investment ranges from 1,555 to 2,888, depending on what you choose. There are 3 and 6 month payment plans. We have a few spots left, and we launch on the 30th of January. So if you see this now and you absolutely resonate with this cover and the title, then please connect with me so that I can talk you through more information and so that you can make an informed decision. Now, the free chapter, when you join Divine Rebirth, you get a free chapter in Miracles. Now, Miracles is it's a book of 88 stories. And here, it's only $188 for 800 words. And for a limited time, you can pay, if you pay in full, you only pay $148. Or you can choose 2 payments. We launch on the 27th of February. And I'll put the link in the chat and also in the replay when I send back the replay. But what is really important here is to see what leveraging your story and becoming a best-selling author do for you, your confidence, about what you offer for your clients, the transformation that you undergo when you write a story, because we go through that transformation every time. But how you can use this status of being an author to skyrocket your visibility and to speak on podcasts and summits. And podcast hosts and summits and stages, they are always looking for people who are authors to talk, because authors become speakers. So this is a very important strategy. It will give you a lift in your business, and in doing that, you will raise your vibration as well. And of course, the other important strategy is your self-love. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat now for me. I'll come and this is the end of the webinar. If you have any questions and you receive the replay, please send them to me, and I'll gladly answer them. Thank you so much for attending, and thank you so much for watching the replay.